Hi, friends. Let's talk about pride and my geeky Star Wars Pride t-shirts. You see, I was asked this really strange question yesterday on one of my other social media sites. And that question was, aren't you afraid of people thinking that you're gay because you're wearing these shirts? And my immediate response was no. No, I'm not afraid of it at all. But there's a much more and longer story to this. You see, as a child of the 70s and 80s, I loved geeky things. I loved fantasy. I loved science fiction. I loved comic books, and I loved Dungeons and Dragons. I still love all of those things today, and they are much more accepted in our culture. But back then, it wasn't true. I got beat up. I got made fun of. I had homophobic slurs thrown at me. And one of the problems is when you're a child, instead of saying, hey, I want to identify with that community, which would have been dangerous in certain places in the South, I began to internalize a good deal of homophobia. That internalized homophobia really impacted my life in a negative way, and got even worse as I got involved in the church as I got older. However, my views have changed and transformed. And any of you who have followed me over the years on social media, you know those views have changed and been transformed. My theology has grown. My way of being has changed. And it's been a good and a positive change. Now, there were a number of parallels between being a geek and being a part of the LGBTQ community. In fact, there is a lot of crossover. But I didn't see that as a child. I see that now. And I'm still working on changing and growing. So I wear these shirts as a Christian, as a clergy person, to let people know that I stand with them, that I am there for them, that I am a safe point of contact where I can help people find affirming spaces, whether it is a gaming space or whether it is a religious space. I'm here to help people find those spaces where they are welcomed, loved, and accepted for who they are without having to change the core of their being. Now, it's not always easy. And again, as that person on my other social media said, people are going to think certain things about you. And I really don't care what people think about me. I'm honored, honestly, to be considered a part of this community, even though I'm just an ally. I'm honored to be a part of it because it's a beautiful community. It's a community that would have loved and accepted me as a young boy who liked wearing makeup back in the 80s. Not always the wild makeup, but just simple makeup like base and blush and eyeshadow and things of that nature. I loved doing that. I loved helping find good feminine clothing for my friends and my family, and I still do that today. There's even some of that clothing I like and enjoy as a part of my own life. This is who I am. Now, we're living in a time in our country where, especially in the southern states, people are trying to pass anti-LGBTQ laws. People are trying to strong arm the LGBTQ community and erase them. And so it's important to take part of my southern heritage, part of my geeky heritage, and part of the heritage the LGBTQ community has given me, and put on my Rebel Alliance shirt. Because much of the country we're seeing is more like the Empire in Star Wars than it is like the Rebel Alliance. And so it is up to us to fight against this, to stand against this, to lift up our voices in support of our LGBTQ plus siblings. We must do that. We cannot remain silent because they are our siblings. They are our family, and they are welcome at our tables. I'm happy to finally be a part of an open and affirming church. And I'm finally happy that I can be the minister I need to be, that accepts and embraces a community that is not always a safe place to be, but I can provide those safe places for them. Now, some of you may not like what I've said. Some of you may not have delved into who I am as a person, but this is who I've been for quite some time now. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry for you if you can't see that the love of God is spread abroad into all the world. Everyone who loves is of God. That is from 1 John. And I believe that strongly in the core of my being. And so for all of you watching, whether you're with me, against me, or sitting in the middle, may the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord make the Lord's face to shine upon you and grant you peace, hope, love, and harmony. And may the Lord continue to make this world and change this world into a place of love and acceptance for all people, no matter who they are or where they are. Take care. I'll see you next time.